Hi guys. Well, it is Sunday evening, 8:03 p.m, April the 13th, 2025. Tomorrow morning, 4:14, I'll be leaving for a road trip. I have no idea how long I'll be gone for. I feel like I'm taking with me the kitchen sink, but this year, 2025, is a repeat of 17 years ago when I found Yah on Adam's birthday in 2008. The dates align exactly the same, 17 years later. So we're moving into, for Yah and myself, 17-year anniversaries occurring, well, beginning with March, Adam's birthday, and then it was April the 1st that I spoke to him for 171 minutes and 38 seconds. And then April the 4th was another anniversary, and then going into Anzac, not Anzac, but Easter in that year, and then after that was the Anzac reunification, where Yah came with Michelle at that time. After a 1975 year reunification. At this point in time we're up to 1992 years, and 1992 in the Greek Concordance is epistle, letters, which is what the Bible is. It's a compilation of letters, epistles, and I've been writing epistles and letters ever since I found Yah, and many of you know that. All right, Gabriel is making headway with the poultry farm. He's got the roof on. In spite of tragedy that occurred throughout the week, the 7th and 8th, a minibus, there was an accident and 20 people died. 2 of them were his friends. 1 of them was helping him with the poultry farm, but the village and the families, and he said the whole nation is in mourning over this horrible accident that occurred. And then he was without power. Oh my goodness gracious me. But the issues of life in the different nations around the planet. So yes, let's take a look at the photographs. Oh yeah, Matthew was able to contribute. I'll talk about that in a moment. But here we are, the roof on. Bricks up, roof on, and then chicken wire will be going around. Yes, so the tragedy of the week. This is where the beginnings of the poultry shed. So yes, it was Thursday. Yesterday, the 8th and 7th, was not good for my whole town, where a minibus got an accident and over 20 people died, and 2 of them were my friends. So the burial was there on the 7th and 8th, respectively. One was a builder who used to build with the ones at our poultry house. So it was such a sad moment to our town and the whole country at large. So that's when he's saying, oh, they're progressing and they're going to need more money. Well, Matty was able to come to the rescue. Matthew lives in this house. He has been since Yah passed, or 22 days after Yah passed. And Matty had already organised the money against his pension, and he thought it was for one reason and turned out to be for this reason. So 1,200 Australian dollars is 600 euro. So I made the donation on Matty's behalf, and that's how Gabriel was able to continue with the roofing. But the update on the 9th of April says that there's still 1,959 euro needed, so minus the 600, about 1,300 I would say. So we'll keep plugging away and thanking everybody who's helping this venture come to fruition. Yes, the amazing imagination of Gabriel and friends. They're doing it. Something I wanted to talk about too, I'd encourage you all to go and buy Dr. Bryan Ardis's book, he wrote it. Many of you know him from Watch the Water, his initial interview with Stu Peters, when he broke the news to Stu Peters about his initial findings of America's waters being poisoned with DNA plasmids, snake venom. Okay, so this is the book by this is in Australia through Amazon. It's freely available there. 48 Australian dollars, about half that US dollars. Or there is a free Kindle version if you download the Kindle app. He has done it all, and Yah watched him before Yah left in 2022 and said he's spot on, he's got it, he's onto it. So he explains it all. He has done the deep dive. He opens the book with the death of his beloved father-in-law at 90. He was perfectly healthy, but got a cold or a fever or whatever, went to the hospital, didn't come out. And it wasn't because of COVID or anything. This was February 2020. It was because of the hospital protocol and the drug they were using, which Dr. Ardis, as a chiropractor, recognised to be deadly to some because it causes kidney failure. And that's what it did with his father-in-law. So that's where it all begins with him, the tragedy through his father-in-law, and then months later recognising that what was happening to people in New York City hospitals and everywhere, hospital protocols, the drugs they were using, and kidney failure. Now, what's that got to do with snake venoms? Turns out, a whole lot. DNA plasmids. I won't say too much more, just buy the book. His concern is that, what they've done this time is going forward, they'll continue to rinse and repeat with the same lies when all the time it's actually anybody who was vaccinated, and it includes shedding, takes on a whole new meaning as you're talking about snake venoms. Your body ends, vaccinated people, the body ends up producing the snake venoms themselves. That's what it's been programmed to do. That's why you were targeted to have 2 shots, because there's 2 parts to it, and when the 2 parts meet, hello, you've got snake venom, and then your body goes into production of it. Truly, truly, truly evil. There's the answer, the antidote to it all as well. He breaks it all down very thoroughly, does a tremendous job with a great deal of humour, but articulation, completely guided by God, total believer that it was divinely inspired, and it was. I mean, God said it's right. No problemo. So, yes, moving beyond the COVID lies and restoring health and hope for humanity. The antidotes to it all are in there. So now the nicotine is a big part of it, and he explains why the nicotine is the protector. All the studies that they did, they found that the snake venoms and proteins, their only competition for the ACE2 receptor was nicotine, and it boils down to nicotine holds on tighter than the proteins from the venoms could do. That's why smokers all over the planet were protected. Long COVID, it's the venom being manufactured in the bowels of your own body. Again, he has the antidote for anything. There's not one, there's multiple. It'll take protocols, but you can dissolve it and get rid of it out of your body. He talks about the graphene oxide as well. A really important book to read, and making sure that the politicians and others who are in authority, who are grappling, knowing that it was all wrong, and you don't need to go into the detail of DNA and all the rest of it. DNA plasmids, a weapon so that your own body is making the venom that's keeping everybody sick. Calling it long COVID. All right, that's it. I'm going to be away tomorrow morning. Really looking forward to this. It's been 1 year exactly since my last major road trip, and I'm heading down south to see family and friends, and we'll be having a Good Friday ceremony. And yes, all right, later, Gators. And thank you for all of those who have been helping Gabriel to build this poultry farm. We've got to keep going to see it completed, but we'll do it. Okay, bye.